Hey, it's Dan and Leslie again. Welcome back to the channel. So thanks so much to everybody that has followed us along on our journey over the last year plus. If you're liking the videos and you like the travel vlogs, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. There is a lot that we've got coming to the channel over the next months and into the next couple of years that is going to be pretty exciting. So like this video, like all our videos, if you can, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel because we're excited to see what the future brings.
Yeah, absolutely. So last week you got to see the big moving day during the pandemic.
Moving multiple days. It took 4 full days and then some.
Yeah, we started moving 5 days prior to the actual moving truck piece that we recorded. We were just bringing stuff over in our car and it was crazy. So if you couldn't hear the square footage of the old house in that garage, it was 4,300 square feet, and then we moved into this house. This is a rent house at 2,400 square feet, which is crazy because we feel like we got a pretty good deal on the rent for this house. So the rent, we cut our payment in half. That was the whole goal the entire time. So our monthly housing payment combined with utilities is literally cut in half from our old house. Yay!
So that's part of the financial independence to travel thing, and there is a point to that. We'll get to that in a minute. So stick with us till the end of the video. We've got some really cool stuff coming up, and then we're going to kind of introduce a big announcement and when that will be coming. So
moving into this house, we did cut our square footage pretty much like almost 2,000 square feet off of our square footage. And I will say, I don't even know how many times we have said to each other that it feels perfect. It has all the right spaces that we need.
It has the right spaces, but this even feels big. We didn't think we were gonna get a house this big, so I don't know what we did with the square. We didn't use it. We didn't use the square footage in the old house, which is one reason that we sold it. So going back, everything you saw last week, we rented a 26-foot U-Haul, and we moved most of the small stuff, not any like big couches or refrigerators or anything like that, but the small stuff in that, we filled it up twice and brought it over here. Prior to that, we spent about a year purging, which meant I filled up the back of my pickup truck every weekend. We both filled it up. And every Monday morning, I would throw pretty much a pickup bed full of just trash away. Yeah. We sold a bunch of stuff.
And I filled up the back of my car, probably 6 or 7 times and took it to Goodwill. So we really got rid of a ton of stuff. And as we were moving, I still was like, why do we still have all of this stuff?
We've still got stuff in the garage out there, so we still have more stuff than we know what to do with or need. But yeah, so we moved into this. We've been here right at 3 months. And it's been interesting as far as dealing with the COVID stuff and the kids not going back to school after spring break and you teaching from home and all of that crazy stuff in the middle of moving. But the actual space we've really enjoyed.
Yeah. One thing that I think we like the most, or one of the big things that we like, is that in our old house we had these beautiful 12-inch plank floors that I think were pine. Is that right? Yep. But because they were pine, they were a little sensitive to scratches and stuff like that. And so we had to be really careful with our big old Great Dane, which I'm sure you'll see as we do the walkthrough here in a minute. And whenever he would get excited or terrified of like the cat chasing him, he would run across the wood floor and scratch it all up. And so then it resulted in us having to redo the floors a lot. So when we put the house on the market, we really tried to restrict him from walking on the wood floors as much, which meant that he kind of had to be back in our bedroom a lot of the time. So now we have these tile floors all throughout the lower level of this house, and he can pretty much be anywhere he wants. Now granted, he still likes to hang out back in our bedroom, laid on our bed, which I'm sure is where he will be whenever we do our walkthrough, but at least he can kind of move around a little bit more, so that's really nice.
Yeah, and then the other thing we liked at the old house, we loved at the old house, and the thing that we thought we were gonna miss was the back porch. If you saw that really cool just view. I mean, it was nice to have a pool, but other than that, it was just a nice back porch because you couldn't see any other houses. It was quiet. And that was kind of the biggest thing that we were gonna miss, but this house actually has a really good back porch, and we've sat out there pretty much every weekend and haven't missed that. So
yeah.
It's best decision as far as financial for us and moving towards this travel, which we'll get into later. So I think with that, we're gonna do the walkthrough now. So I hope you enjoy it. It is perfect spaces for us. So we did delete multiple rooms from the old house, and now we have the actual spaces that we really need. So this house has 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and we have 2 kids. So we have our bedroom. They each get to have their own bedroom still. And then just the basic stuff. So we have a little office that we can still do our podcasting with. If you want to check out that, it's a Disney-centered podcast, Addicted to the Mouse. So other than that,
yeah, let's show you the house. It is really hot today.
Really hot today.
Really hot. Okay. Go ahead.
Like, the glass already fogged up on this thing.
Did you just record that?
Yes. Okay, let's try this again.
All right. Just because I know people will ask what this weird contraption is. So this is a Pico brew. So we do brew our own beer at times. We have not yet done any since we moved, but that is going to happen soon. So this is our office. It stays relatively messy just because we have way too much stuff and nowhere to put it at the moment.
Here she is.
She's like, what is that? I don't think I want. Oh, no. This is the main part of our house that is pretty open into the kitchen area and eating area. We have a half bath leading into our bedroom. Hi. Jennings is playing his device. This is Dexter's spot on a regular basis. And then our bathroom that leads back into a nice walk-in closet.
Yeah, we don't
need to see that. And a toilet. You don't need to see that either. You know what that looks like. Upstairs is the boys' area. In between their 2 rooms is what we call the game room. It's like the game corner.
It's kind of a game room. It's a little alcove.
So, little alcove. We'll head into Aiden's room
this is scary.
first. Yeah. So the 14-year-old, he is gaming at the moment.
What's your plan?
Sea of Thieves. Stop it.
The boys both have nice big walk-in closets, and then they have a little Jack and Jill bath. So it was painted this way before we moved in, and we were going to repaint. And then Jennings said he was fine with it, and really, like, who wants to paint? So, especially if we're only going to be here for another 21 months. So, it is pink and blue. It's not quite the same view, but it is a nice area. That over there is our giant tower garden. So this is a tower garden that's based on the aeroponic, is that right, the right word I'm looking for?
Yeah.
That they use at Epcot, like in the Living with the Land area. And so it waters, all the plants sit in there, and it has like really exploded this year. Okay, so that's it. That is the new digs for the next 21 months.
Okay, so hope you liked that. That is where we plan to stay for the next 21 months.
Yeah.
We have a 2-year lease, so whatever that math is, 2-year lease. So coming up on this channel, we are going to take a road trip. So we were supposed to be in Europe for 2 full weeks, a little over 2 weeks, doing a Disney cruise through the Mediterranean, which obviously got canceled with coronavirus stuff going around. And then we were gonna go to Paris and London and all these things.
So we are taking off here in about a week. We are going to head west. We are in Oklahoma, so we are going to head west. Our first like kind of touristy stop is going to be the Grand Canyon. We possibly might head up to Las Vegas, depending on how things are once that time comes. And then we're gonna go continue west to San Diego. And then we are going to head up the Pacific Coast Highway, which is something that we have always wanted to do. So we're really, really excited for that.
From there, we're gonna hit San Francisco. We're gonna go through Napa, spend one night in Napa, and then head on up to the wilderness, pretty much. So we're gonna go kind of skirt Lake Tahoe and then Yellowstone National Park, spend 2 nights camping in Yellowstone National Park, and then go down through either Denver or Boulder. Haven't decided yet.
Oh,
maybe
you forgot Grand Teton. And we're gonna stay a night in Jackson
Hole, yeah,
yes,
Wyoming.
And then we're gonna go to
Denver or Boulder.
I think we're leaning towards Boulder. We reached out to a lot of our Instagram, Facebook followers, and it was a tight race, but I think Boulder won. So, so I think that's probably where we're gonna head.
So if you want to follow along, again, Addicted to the Mouse is our Instagram handle and Facebook page, and we will have a podcast and we'll be updating what our journey is through the podcast. But once we get back, that will be the next series of vlogs on this channel, is our Great American Road Trip. Once we get through the series of travel vlogs for the road trip, we will be starting a new series, and that series is what this whole financial independence to travel mindset and journey over the last 15, 16, 17 months, however long it's been, has been leading up to.
We have this really, really big, exciting thing that we are headed towards.
It's going to be a big announcement. It has something to do about travel, as you can probably imagine, but stick with us. Go ahead and click that bell for notifications once you subscribe to the channel, and you will be notified once we upload videos, and you can catch out our big announcement.
Yes. All right, so we can't wait for you guys to join along with us.
All right, stay tuned.
All right, so until next time.
All right. I normally say you'll be you've been listening to the podcast, but we're not doing a podcast right now. So.
Yeah. All right. So until next time.
Oh.
Okay. Sorry.
So until next time, why don't you try that again? Okay. So until next time.